Master Manifestors, welcome to the Refind You channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia Bradley. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach, and I'm here to help you naturalize everyday miracles, making conscious creation and deliberate manifestation an everyday lifestyle for you. Are you ready for that? I'm glad you are. Welcome. This is one of my on-the-fly videos. I don't really have much time to record today, so I promised you all I would make daily videos all the way through the new year, so I'm going to keep my word on that. So today, I really just wanted to focus on how we should be reacting when we are getting feedback from the outside world, okay? I had a couple client sessions this morning and I saw this trend, and it's trending in all of us because it's hard to not take what other people outside of us say personally, to not take it as reality, to not take it as what is really like truth. But we need to remind ourselves that whatever they're saying out there is parroting what was going on in our minds, both positive and negative. So the positive feedback you get from the world is great, right? We want that to stay there, remain there, because that's healthy, it's positive, it feels good. I'm really addressing today the negative feedback you are getting from people in your world. One example I have was from somebody I spoke with today, and she's kind of going through some court stuff. And there are really credible, seemingly expert people in her life giving her feedback about how her life is going to unfold, and it happens to involve her children, okay? And I see this a lot. We have doctors, we have psychologists, we have therapists, we have psychiatrists, we have all of these highly educated, highly qualified people with all these letters after their name giving you feedback about what is happening in your mind, in your body, in your world, and what they feel will happen going forward. And I learned this lesson really strongly from my mother when she was going through cancer. She had stage 4D lung cancer, spread to her lymph nodes, spread to her brain. The doctors told her she was going to die within 6 months' time, that she had like 1% chance of living. And the majority of people would take that information and say, this is what the doctor said, this is the prognosis, they're a doctor, they've done this. The doctor gave her all types of research and statistics and, you know, what happens to the average patient based on this research and based on his practice and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's very easy to absorb this information as truth. It's very easy to absorb this and say, you know what, the doctor said this and the doctor knows. And based on the doctor's research and just based on statistically, when I research on my own, aside from what the doctor told me, this is just what it is. So I'm just going to take this for what it is and that's it. And no, we don't do that, okay? Obviously, we're going to heed the advice of certain experts when it comes to how we can manage our health, right? How we can manage our lives, especially if it makes sense. But when somebody at this expert level is giving you feedback about what's about to happen in your life, and that feedback does not match your end state of what you are creating, we don't take that feedback seriously. We have to see that feedback, that whatever they communicated to us, we have to see it as, wow, they are parroting back to me what my fears are. Okay, I'm sure my mother was fearful that she was not going to be living past that certain amount of time. But she made a choice and said, I'm not taking what this person is telling me. I don't care how many years they've been practicing medicine. I don't care. The key word here is practicing medicine. It's a practice for them. They don't have the answers when it comes to how long I'm going to live. I don't care what they say. And she took that interpretation, she ran with it, and she is still alive and breathing and well with us almost 20 years later. This goes for psychiatrists, this goes for any expert, attorneys, whatever. I don't know your situation, but I know that you have many authority figures and many experts that are around you giving you feedback about what is and is not going to happen, or the probability of what is or is not going to happen. So I'm just encouraging you, if this resonates with you right now in this moment, if you're going through something where you are looking to others to tell you what your life is going to look like going forward, I would not completely absorb and internalize what these people are communicating to you, because at the end of the day, it is up to you. It's up to what you decide. It's up to what you choose you want for your life. And it is up for you to decree it and to not waver from what it is that you're creating. Even if you have these seeming experts in your life giving you feedback that goes against what you know you're creating. So I had to remind the person I talked to today, and I had to remind my other client that, okay, it's great. That attorney said that this is probably likely going to happen because it's based on their 30 years of being an attorney. This is what they've seen, and there's no other way, really. So this is kind of the probability of what's going to happen. You take that feedback and you trash it. Don't let people tell you what's about to happen in your life. I don't care who they are. I do not care who they are. If they're telling you that you are not able to get what you want, then you can kindly and gracefully say, okay, thanks for your feedback, and keep it moving and not internalize it. Because this is an attempt of your subconscious mind to keep the core belief activated, the core belief that is telling you you can't get what you want, that's telling you you can't win, that's telling you you can't live, that's telling you you can't overcome whatever mental illness you're suffering from, that's telling you that you can't reverse any physical or psychological disease or ailment. They may have the authority in the 3D because of their education and all the things that they've learned, but they don't have spiritual authority over what's going to happen in your life. They do not have energetic authority over you. What happens in your life is based on what you are focusing your attention on. It's based on what you have decided that is going to happen for your life. That is what dictates what happens, okay? The energy you're pouring into that, the vibrational movement you are creating with your attention on this desired outcome, that is what has authority over what happens in your life, okay? Not people who have letters after their name. That does not make them authority over your life. I don't know what you're going through right now. I don't know if you are dealing with a court case when it comes to your children. I don't know if you are dealing with health issues. I don't know if you're dealing with mental illness. I don't know what you're dealing with, but I do know that we have to start seeing these experts as people that can obviously advise us and help us navigate whatever it is we're going through, but their word is not the end all be all. And their word should never dictate what you know you're creating for your life. I don't care if you got 20 people in your 3D telling you that, look, all signs are pointing in this direction, that you're not going to get what you want, so you should just let it go and just accept it for how it is and just kind of keep it moving with your life. I don't care if 50 people in your life told you that same thing. You have to get really strong in the knowing that what you have decided for your life will happen, or at least there's a slight possibility that it can happen. You need to get very clear on that and start seeing everybody in your reality as representations of your subconscious mind. Okay? They are not really that separate from you. They are parroting back to you what's going on in here. So receive the feedback that feels good, that aligns with what you know you're creating. Even if the feedback doesn't feel very positive, as long as it aligns with the story that you're creating for your life, for your end state. If it's aligned with what you've decided for what you want for your life, perfect. If it's not aligned, don't absorb it. And I know it's easier said than done. This takes training of the mind, and it takes training to be able to discern what is aligned with what I'm creating and what's not aligned with what I'm creating. But you are going to have to start getting very strict when it comes to the information and the data that you're absorbing and what you're allowing yourself to be triggered by, because it's all a trap. It's all a trap, you guys, okay? Now, it's not all a trap, but these moments where somebody's telling you something that you don't want to hear, that you know doesn't line up with what you're creating, that you know makes you feel depleted, discouraged, it makes you feel hopeless when it comes to creating whatever it is that you want to create. We need to be able to discern that this is an attempt of my subconscious mind to keep these core beliefs embedded in my mind and keep them activated in me, okay? It's time to start seeing things for what they are. I hope this message helped in some way today. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.